Alright guys, we are back for another Preparing for Dokkan Battlefield. Now this time, so back in August, right, when they had that special event for LR Goku, they made it very easy for people to get a 100% LR Goku, considering they gave you the Tech Orbs back for free, they gave you Elder Kai's back for free if you got an SA-20. You guys were around, a lot of you were, I'm sure. The other thing they also did was they revamped the Super Strike events to make it so that the drop rate is now 100%, and the metal part of the event no longer requires a team cost of under 100. So the Super Strikes are very easy to get. Now I've had these guys sitting around in my box for quite a while. I just have not gotten around to awaken them, like on a Preparing for Dokkan Battlefield type video. I figured I'm going to go ahead and do that now, because a lot of these guys are actually pretty good for like LR Frieza, LR Goku, or even like, again, I'm anticipating we'll probably get like another LR, like some sort of grinding type LR, because they have not released like a free LR since LR Mr. Satan, right? Which, you know, he's released semi-recently on Global, but over on JP, LR Mr. Satan, we're talking... Oh boy, how long ago was that? Was that April or May? Somewhere around there? So it'll still be a little while. Let me make sure that I awaken my SA-10 one. So first unit we're going to go ahead and start off with is this Ten Shinhan right here, who, if anyone was around when I was grinding up LR Frieza the first time on stream, that was like when I first started streaming back in June. This guy is like unbelievably clutch. And not only that, but I would think you could probably run him in the World Tournament if you wanted as well. We'll go over it. So we got him Dokkan Awakened. Ten Shinhan should be right over here. So this is Martial Artist Honor Ten Shinhan, or Tien. I guess, you know, a lot of you guys are gold players. Tien is his dub name. Leader skill is AGL type, HP and attack 50%, so that's not good. Super attack is the Dodan Ray, which does extreme damage. Super strikes that do extreme damage are pretty good. They, you know, obviously a lot of them have huge. So if you have extreme, that's not bad. Now his passive skill, Thirst for Battle, is medium chance of stunning all enemies. This is unbelievable when you're going up against like LR Frieza, because you're gonna save a ton of items. A free turn is always good. Obviously, this same type of passive is what's so useful for the World Tournament. So you could use this guy in the World Tournament. And obviously, it's not a 100% guaranteed chance like the Intelligence Chaozu is and the Tech Jacko. But this Tien can do it multiple times per battle, which the Intelligence Chaozu and the Tech Jacko cannot do. His links are Z Fighters, Dodan Ray, Rival Duo, Soul vs. Soul, Golden Z Fighter, Supreme Power, and Super Strike. So, you know, he's for like these stages that you can only use farmable units, he's pretty good. I definitely would recommend everyone farm up a copy of him. I do really like that Tien as well. Next, we'll go ahead and awaken the Paikuhan over here. This is another pretty good unit. In terms of like how usable he is, this guy, like, if you were really bare bones back in the day, you could have ran this Paikuhan like on your Super Vegito team, because this Paikuhan, he has shocking speed. So that's like, you know, one of the main links that Super Vegito has. Obviously, he has to, you know, prepare for battle, fuse fighter, things like that, but shocking speed is a very, very common link among Super AGL units. So this Paikuhan was a very solid option indeed. So this is Red Hot Martial Artist Paikuhan. His leader skill is AGL and STR types key +3. So he actually has a leader skill that you could use to some effect on one of these farmable stages. His super attack is the Hyper Tornado, which does huge damage to enemy and lowers attack. Again, guys, the lowers attack was calculated on the Dokkan subreddit to be about a negative 15% decrease, and greatly lowers attack equates to about a negative 30% decrease. So that is very, very substantial. Any units that lower attack or greatly lower attack have value to them. Period. Point blank. End of story. His passive skill is Stoic Strength, which is all allies attack 15% when HP is 50% or above. So because he is a support unit, he'll be raising your allies' attack and lowering attack. This makes him very, very useful, especially for a free-to-play unit. His links are Gentleman, Cold Judgment, Bombardment, Shocking Speed, Experienced Fighters, Soul versus Soul, and of course, Super Strike. So, you know, the presence of Shocking Speed on there does help him out quite a lot, especially even on one of these free-to-play teams where, you know, you have a unit like the AGL Whis, who also has Shocking Speeds. You know, you can actually make a lot of good out of having Shocking Speed. So, all right, that takes care of Paikuhan. We're moving a little quicker than we normally do, but that's because these units, like, you guys understand that, like, all of these units right here, these guys are basically, like, these aren't units you're really going to be running on, like, main 120% teams moving forward, but some of them you could. Like, you know, the Paikuhan is actually quite useful. I would argue that the Ten Shinhan, if you want to run him as a defensive unit, like, if he gets his passive off, that'll be pretty good. Now, in some of the newer boss fights, of course, you know, you can't actually stun, like, the last stage of a lot of these bosses. Especially on Global, you guys are going to be getting into that period soon. You know, a unit like Super Saiyan 3 Broly, you will not be able to stun on its last phase, and, you know, stuff like that. Alright, so now we have this Tech Piccolo, who's actually pretty good. This is Strategic Combat Piccolo. His leader skill is Tech types HP and attack 50%. His super attack is the Hell Zone Grenade, which does huge damage to enemy and lowers defense. Now, obviously, lowers defense is not really a big deal whatsoever, not really that good. His passive skill is Rapid Assessment, which is attack and defense 15% for all allies. That's at least very usable. And his links are Prodigies, Experienced Fighters, Namekians, Soul vs. Soul, Golden Z Fighter, Supreme Power, and Super Strike. Not a fan of his links. His passive does make him usable, but there certainly are much better, like, even free-to-play tech options, because tech has a number of really good free-to-play cards. So next, we'll go ahead and move on to our boy Chilled. Chilled, of course, is, like, low-key an MVP for LR Goku. Like, when I very first got LR Goku on Global a while back when you could only do it with Super Strikes, this guy was the MVP. Chilled did more damage to LR Goku than, like, any other unit. Now, LR Goku is a breeze. If you guys don't have LR Goku, you could rock Goku Jr. as your leader and then bring an all-intelligence team and absolutely just wipe the floor with LR Goku. The event is nothing nowadays. But alright, so here we got Chilled. Let's go ahead and take a look at him. Let's scroll down to the intelligence types. I really wish it didn't send you back up to the top of the screen. Alright, here we go. So, this is Brutal Invasion Chilled. His leader skill is Intelligence type and Physical types, HP and attack 30%. So, you know, back in the day when you could only do Super Strikes, you could run double Chilled to try and have a lot of health and also a lot of attack to help you get through LR Goku. His super attack is the Death Ball, which does huge damage to enemy and lowers attack. Again, that lowers attack, man, that is very, very good. Negative 15%, very, very usable. His passive skill is Space Pirate's Medal, which is attack 12% per intelligence key sphere obtained. Now, I'm not a big fan of nuking passives. I've been on record as stating this many times. Unless it's LR Gohan, do not at me about nuking. I'm not a fan of it. But again, back in the day, we're not there anymore, but back in the day, Chilled was your best bet against LR Goku, and his nuking passive was very valuable. His links are Brutal Beatdown, Coward, Strongest Clan in Space, Thirst for Conquest, Bombardment, and Super Strike. So links aren't really so hot. Of course, any Extreme Intelligence unit is already up against the 8-ball because, you know, you need to be basically supports to support Intelligence Kid Buu. Alright, so next we will go ahead and awaken our boy Grandpa Gohan. Grandpa Gohan, probably one of the better Super Strikes. One reason for this, of course, would be the fact that his leader skill. He's one of these kind of like baby god leader skills. So you can run this guy against, you know, LR Goku or the LR Frieza event, and you could build a very competent team. Here, we'll go over his leader skill in 1 second. Alright, so we have Grandpa Gohan. Now here we can just go ahead and scroll down. And there he is. Alright, so this is Fabled Champion Grandpa Gohan. His leader skill is SDR types ki +3 and HP attack and defense 20%. So boom, that leader skill will allow you to build a pretty beefy team going up against one of these, free-to-play type events. His super attack is the Turtle School for Virtues, which does extreme damage to enemy. Of course, extreme damage on one of these super strikes is pretty good. Passive skill is Power of the Turtle School, which is ki +3 and attack and defense 2000 at the start of turn. So he should be able to hit pretty hard, and he'll also be able to tank a little bit. Plus, giving himself ki, obviously a lot of these free-to-play teams will struggle for ki because they don't really link together that well. This Grandpa Gohan does not have that problem because he gives himself 3 ki, which is very, very valuable. Now, his links are Turtle School, All in the Family, Bombardment, The Incredible Adventure, Guidance to the Dragon Balls, and Super Strike. I mean, one day when we get the Dragon Ball category leader, I'm going to enjoy using a lot of these units, although we never know. The Dragon Ball category leader could be Grandpa Gohan, so then we wouldn't even be able to use this guy. But one day a lot of these units will be able to get some kind of fun use in category teams, make fun videos and stuff. But regardless, I'll definitely be using Gohan here, at least a little bit when I'm grinding up LR Frieza, because I will be doing it twice to get him to SA20 just by farming. Alright, so now let's go ahead and move on to the final 2 super strikes that we have down here. Mecha Frieza and, of course, King Cold. Looks like the second Mecha Frieza is my SA10 one. Alright, here we go. Bam, bam, bam. This Mecha Frieza, this is another unit who back in the day going up against LR Goku was an absolute staple. Because a lot of these leader skills, as we're about to see, were physical and intelligence types. So, usually what you were running would be Chilled, King Vegeta, Android 16, Mecha Frieza, King Cold, and then the Fat Gotenks. Those are the 3 intelligence and physical super strikes. So those basically would be your teams. Frieza, for a number of reasons, was absolutely essential. Let's go ahead and go over him. So this is Raging Counter-Strike Mecha Frieza. Leader skill is physical and intelligence types ki +3. Super attack is the Death Beam, which does huge damage to enemy and lowers attack. Again, that lowers attack. Very, very, very valuable. His passive skill is Burst of Fury, which is attack 40% when ki is 6 or more. His link skills are Prodigy, Bombardment, Universe's Most Malevolent, Revival, Mechanical Menaces, and Super Strike. And what he does have, I believe the Tech Piccolo also did have this. I didn't go over it. All the Super Strikes, they'll get some sort of bonus when their super attack gets to 15. Most of them just get, I believe, a 20% damage increase. But the Tech Piccolo, I believe, Cyborg Tao, I believe the SDR Team Trunks might as well, and Mecha Frieza also. When they get to SA15, what happens is they're able to super attack at 9 ki, which is pretty useful, especially, again, back in the day, during that LR Goku grind, where ki is a big problem. You'd be able to get the super attack with 9 ki, and you'd be able to lower LR Goku's attack, which would be such a big deal. That 15%, hugely, hugely important. Last thing, Mecha Frieza, he does actually have a category. He is on the Revived Warriors category, the Intelligence Angel Golden Frieza team, which does make sense. Mecha Frieza absolutely would qualify for that, in my opinion. And the last one we have here is King Cold. With this, I have all of the Super Strikes awakened, which is good because I had just enough medals to do it. And I've been farming up the Hercules Big Bucks Challenge all day today, so I had enough Zenny to do this. That's basically the reason I had waited to do a lot of these Super Strike Awakenings, is because each Super Strike Dokkan Awakening is like over 2 million Zenny, so it's very costly to do that. So I waited until a day where I was grinding up Zenny like crazy, and now, boom, I can go ahead and get all of these Super Strikes finally Dokkan Awaken. A lot of them are very useful, and now also, again, that thing I've always talked about many times in my videos, when I'm scrolling through the Dokkan Awakening tab now, all of these guys will be at the bottom of the list, so that way when, LR King Piccolo comes out tomorrow, I could scroll through that Dokkan Awakening tab much quicker to see exactly what he is. Like when I'm, summoning for him live on stream and someone says, hey, how do you awaken LR Piccolo? And I go, okay, let's double check in the Dokkan Awakening tab. Boom, 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 we're right there. Rather than scrolling for 10 years because there's 500 Dokkan Awakenings on JP or whatever. Alright, so this is Tenacious Clan King Cold. His leader skill is physical and STR types, Ki +3. His super attack is the full power Death Beam, which does huge damage to enemy and lowers attack. His passive skill is Terrifying Strength, which is all enemies attack minus 25%. And his link skills are Tough as Nails, Bombardment, Brutal Beatdown, Strongest Clan in Space, and Super Strike. Now, this King Cold is low-key kind of an okay option for extreme physical on a cooler team. One thing that does hurt him is the fact that he does not have Universe's Most Malevolent. I mean, they really could have given him that. But he does have like the Frieza family, Strongest Clan in Space, so he can actually link up full power Frieza, cooler, and then all enemies attack minus 25%. That is ridiculously substantial, especially nowadays. And then talk about extreme physical, this will make you tank even harder. I actually really, really like this King Cold card. Again, this guy was so clutch back in the day for the LR Goku grind. Now, not so much because you could bring any farmable unit, so it's not really that important. But guys, that will finish it up. I have all of the Super Strikes Dokkan Awaken now in my JP account. I do have a second copy waiting for each of them to get them all to SA15. I'll probably do that pretty soon because I do, of course, want to get all of these units to SA15 and SA20 as well. So over time, I will be working on that as well. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.